tens of thousands who've lost their jobs in a decimation of the federal workforce and associated government agencies.
USAID.
Then we saw people bringing out suitcases, bringing out reusable grocery bags full of their belongings from their workspaces.
CFPB.
The administration says about 1,500 employees with the Bureau receiving cuts, leaving around 200 people.
HHS.
Today, the Trump administration began laying off employees from the Department of Health and Human Services.
And more. All told, DOGE, with Elon Musk in control, got rid of over 250,000 federal employees. Let that sink in for a second.
After firing tens of thousands of federal employees, DOGE now demands the remaining to explain their weekly accomplishments via email.
Hundreds of thousands of people, their lives were upended. Their careers were ruined. Their families were devastated. And the backlash? It was immediate. Mass protests gripped the nation. Vandals were out in force against Tesla. Personal vehicles, dealerships, charging stations. The chaos spread like wildfire.
The so-called Tesla takedown protests, part of a national day of action Saturday, targeting Tesla and Musk's role as the head of the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, and his purge of government agencies under President Trump.
But to Musk, this was all part of the plan. To him, this was about tearing down a broken system, rebuilding it from scratch, no matter how daunting the task may seem.
There are just times when something is important enough, you believe in it enough, that you do it in spite of fear.
His critics, however, see it differently. This wasn't reform. This was a brazen power grab. The very definition of crony capitalism. Using and abusing his power only to enrich himself. So who's right? Is Musk this power-hungry tech oligarch his critics say he is? Or is he the reluctant reformer he claims to be? How did we even get here? How does a tech mogul go from making electric cars and rockets to gutting the federal government? The answer starts with a feud that would explode into a political firestorm. Because before Elon became the most powerful unelected man in America, the government had had enough of him. They needed to get him under control. But if there's one thing that Elon hates more than anything else, it's losing control. And he'll do whatever it takes to show them who's boss. If you're interested in more videos like these, go ahead and drop a like. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Musk didn't just criticize the government, he torched them. He live-streamed from the border, ripping their immigration policies.
Yeah, so here we are at Eagle Pass, and we're going to be meeting with the sort of the major officials and law enforcement responsible for the border, and just hear it directly from them and see exactly what's going on for yourself.
He called them biased and controlled, and the administration wasn't just offended; they were humiliated. To them, this was personal. So they did what anybody with that kind of power does when someone challenges them. They went after him. Strategically, in every way possible. Tesla settled for $1.5 million in damages for illegally disposing of toxic waste. SpaceX hit with $600,000 in FAA penalties for launch violations. The Boring Company slapped with another $100,000 in fines from OSHA for chemical safety violations. The message was clear. Stay in your lane or get run over. Elon built all these companies from the ground up. So naturally, these messages felt like punches to the face, like the government was targeting him. And so he hit back hard. Elon needed to reshape the political landscape in his favor. So he took the fight to the one place where power is truly won: politics. In 2024, Musk didn't speak with words.
Did you see his rocket yesterday? It was captured.
He spoke with money. $288 million. The most ever spent by one person in a US election. And just like that, democracy got a price tag. Musk just made the biggest high-stakes gamble of his life. If money can buy power like this, control becomes the ultimate currency. For Elon, control isn't just a business strategy, it's an absolute must. It's the difference between being the hunter or being the hunted. It's the difference between calling the shots or getting wiped off the map. It's the difference between who history remembers and who's forgotten. Elon was clearly setting the stage for something big, and what he did next would change the government and the country forever. And that massive gamble, it paid off. In November 2024, Trump won re-election, big time. But that wasn't enough. To Musk, control is more than just power. It's everything. To make sure you're the one in charge, you don't just donate to the winning candidate, you become part of the government itself. So Musk made his move. Shortly before Trump's second term began, Elon pitched an idea, a radical one, a new agency, the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. The mission? Cut excessive waste, slash bloated budgets, streamline government spending, reshape the very core of American bureaucracy. Trump loved the idea. It fit perfectly with his small government, anti-bureaucracy base. So on February 15, 2025, Trump signed an executive order creating DOGE. And Musk? He became its first special government employee. Now, Musk has real power. The power to audit over 200 federal agencies. The power to cut federal budgets. The power to stop unnecessary federal programs. And the power to end entire federal departments. All while still running his private businesses. Critics were quick to point it out as a massive conflict of interest. After all, Musk's companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, the Boring Company, they all rely on government contracts. Critics argue he'd slash costs for the government, all while collecting billions in federal funding for his own companies. But for Elon, this isn't about conflicts of interest. It's about something bigger. It's about breaking free from the old system of doing things. The "that's just how things get done around here" system. The "don't rock the boat" system. A system he sees as slow, bloated, and broken. So to him, that meant only one thing: ruthless efficiency. But efficiency has a cost. And for hundreds of thousands of people, that cost would come as a devastating shock. DOGE hit the federal workforce like a sledgehammer. Hundreds of thousands of people gone. Entire departments gutted. Agency budgets slashed. Federal careers destroyed. The carnage was widespread. The Treasury Department, the Postal Service, the Department of Education, the Social Security Administration, even the EPA. No one was safe. The impact? Gut-wrenching. The DC area is one of the most expensive places to live in the United States. So federal jobs are a lifeline for literally thousands of families in the region. But without one, many had to leave the area and sell their homes, often at a loss. The local housing market dropped sharply. Entire neighborhoods were upended. Some households lost everything. Retirements shattered. Medical bills unpaid. Cars repossessed. Livelihoods destroyed. And that ripple effect spread far and wide. The local businesses that relied on federal workers as customers, they got wiped out. Restaurants, daycares, dealerships, coffee shops, all gone. Entire communities faced economic collapse. And the protests, they were explosive. Massive crowds flooded the streets. Angry workers clashed with the police. Protesters spray-painted messages like "Musk equals oligarch" and "tech tyrant." The chaos spread from coast to coast. But here's the thing. To Musk, this is just the price of progress. It's the painful but necessary cost of building a leaner, more efficient government.
We just take a look at all the federal agencies and say, do we really need whatever it is, 428 federal agencies? I think we should be able to get away with 99 agencies.
To his critics, it's something else. It's a hostile takeover. It's a power grab. It's building a system that puts profit over people. So what's the truth? What's the real motivation behind all this? What would motivate someone to open themselves up to this level of scrutiny? DOGE cut deep, and Elon and his companies paid the price. The backlash hit him where it hurts, his brand and his bottom line. The financial fallout alone was massive. Tesla posted its worst quarter in history. Profits plunged by over 70%. Billions in market value wiped out overnight. Investors panicked. SpaceX wasn't spared either. It faced launch delays and higher costs. Projects stalled. Contracts put on hold, government scrutiny intensified, protests erupted outside their offices, security costs skyrocketed. And that's not all. The public fury even spilled over onto Musk personally. His social media accounts got flooded with death threats, calls for boycotts, petitions demanding that he step down. And the media, they tore him apart. Relentless hit pieces, scathing op-eds, pundits calling him a tech oligarch and the billionaire puppet master of American politics. Musk's once untouchable reputation took a brutal hit. He went from being the real-life Tony Stark to the tech tyrant. Even his net worth took a massive hit. But if there's one thing that Musk absolutely refuses to do, it's lose control. Because when you're Elon Musk and you're cornered, you don't back down. You double down. You raise the stakes. You go all in. You seize control. Because what Musk did, these were the kind of moves that reshape history for better or for worse. To make the kinds of kingmaker moves that Musk is making, he had to do more than seize power. He had to take absolute control. And DOGE? It gave him both unprecedented power and control. A power that no billionaire should have. A power that went beyond just cutting government waste and slashing federal budgets. This is a power that's blurred the line between public interest and private profits. Think about it. Even though he stepped down at the end of May, DOGE had put Musk in charge of managing the budgets of over 200 federal agencies. He could cut funding, kill entire programs, and even fire entire departments. And at the same time, his companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and the Boring Company, all have some of the largest contracts with the federal government. Contracts worth billions. That's billions of taxpayer dollars. Money that Musk could funnel towards his own businesses legally. And he had the power to decide which companies even get government contracts, which businesses thrived, which businesses didn't. That wasn't just a conflict of interest. That was a full-blown abuse of power. A corporate empire built on taxpayer dollars. An empire where Musk controlled the budget and the rules. Critics say it was a dangerous concentration of power. A corporate takeover of the government itself. A nightmare scenario where a billionaire tech mogul held all the keys to the kingdom. He had the power to reshape America as we know it. But Musk, he saw it differently. To him, it was all about efficiency. It was about breaking free from the slow, inefficient, ineffective systems that plague the government. It was about making America competitive again. It was about him taking control of his own destiny. It was about pushing humanity forward at any cost. But that level of control, that comes with risks. And the deeper Musk dove into the swamp of American politics, the harder it became to tell where his companies ended and his government power began. Because when you're Elon Musk and you staked everything on a radical vision, now you can't afford to lose. You have become too big to fail. So the question now is, what will all this cost him? Has Musk gone too far? Has his single-minded drive to control the future turned him into the very thing he fought against? Has he become the new face of the corporate oligarchy he once claimed to despise? Or is he the kind of visionary America needs? A relentless disruptor, willing to break down old systems, to build something better for everyone. What's the real cost of Musk's grand vision for the future? And more importantly, who's paying for it? Musk's journey thus far has been one of radical ambition. He's broken barriers, reshaped entire industries, built companies that have changed the world. But at what cost? To his supporters, he's a hero, a visionary, a real-life Tony Stark. To his critics, he's a power-hungry oligarch, a tech emperor, a loose cannon. But the truth? It's probably somewhere in between. Because this isn't just about Musk, it's about all of us, and the future we're all going to have to deal with. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.